Hey guys, today we're back with another versus review. And today on the channel, we're going to be doing the versus review between the MK47 CMMG Resolute versus the Galil Ace Gen 2 762-39. Stay tuned for this one. Alright guys, we're back. Once again today, we're going to be doing the versus review between the IWI Galil Ace Gen 2 and the CMMG Resolute MK47. So, two very comparable guns and, somewhat apples to oranges. We have one that is a love child in between the AK-47 and the AR-15 platform, and the other one that was originally off of the AK-47 platform but has redesigned into its own person, I guess you would say. So, just starting out from the basics with everything you get from factory. With this one, you get a lot of different upgrades into the mechanisms, such as the upgraded handguard. You get a muzzle brake up front. You get a ambidextrous charging handle. You get your ripstock AR-15 buffer stock on the back of it. You get AR-15 zeroed products all around, such as the ambidextrous charging handle, the safety, the grip. I mean, just from everything from one thing to another, this is upgraded with a lot of different upgraded products, and it looks really, really good. So going to the Galil Ace Gen 2, with the upgrade from the Gen 1 to the Gen 2, you no longer have a front sight post, a pretty free-floated barrel. You get just a A2 flash hider, bird cage up front. You get a left side only charging handle. You get a safety back here in the back that is safe back, fire forward. You get a safe over here as well. Down is fire, up is safe. It's easier to throw it into fire going down and safe going up. But on the left-hand side, put it into fire, you go forward. And to pull it in the safe, it's easier just to swap up with your right hand like that. So you get a long stroke piston system with the Galil Ace Gen 2. And with the MK47, you get a type of direct impingement. So going from that, we will continue on with the trigger. With the triggers on the MK47, it is a very mil-spec S trigger, about as mil-spec as you can get. That being said, there is the brake, reset, and brake. Like I said, about as mil-spec as you can get whenever it comes to the trigger. That being said, that is a good thing because on most other AR-50 or AK-47 platforms, your trigger is a tad bit more heavy if you're going for a little bit cheaper of an AK. Some of them I have seen that have really, really good triggers in them, but whenever that comes to the Resolute, you can think of a mil-spec AR-15 trigger. That being said, it still can be upgraded from a few different things. Like I have seen where you can put a Geisley super dynamic trigger in it and just replace the Geisley springs with Wolf springs, and you can still get the same reliability out of it, but have a better trigger feel, flat faced, and all that stuff. We haven't tried that yet here on the channel, so I cannot speak for it myself, but a lot of people on Reddit says it works. So we'll continue on with that. With this one right here, you have more of a rolling trigger. You hit as soon as you pull in, you're already into it, and brake. So it is a rolling trigger all the way through. Reset is there, and it just rolls through constantly with a little bit of less pressure, more pressure, pow. But it's not. It doesn't have a absolute wall to it. Good trigger overall. Feels pretty well to me, and it doesn't take much to actuate it. So I like that about it. Going next to actually charging handles. So like I said here on the left, whenever you actually want to load in a new magazine, we'll take this one here. All of them have already been unloaded before we started the review. But here and you're ready to roll. So throw out one magazine, put in your next, and you're right back in business. On this one here, you have a ambidextrous charging handle here in the back, just like on a normal AR-15. To eject the magazine, you can either push with your index finger and it will release it. You pull it out and push it back in. or you can take a grip just like that, just like on an normal AK-47 or the Galil, rock it back in there, and you're good to go. Both of them load in the AK-47 mag really, really smoothly. This one right here might be just a tad bit more smoother. It just feels really, really good. Charging, though, I believe I'm going to have to give it to the Galil, because here you can charge it from here, but you do have to remove your head off the side and fall back into it. When the Galil, you rock it back into it, re-rack it, and keep on going. Let me demonstrate that really quickly. So, like I said, throw the mag out, new mag in, back there. So, I mean, technically speaking, you can still keep sight picture the entire time, so I have to give it to the Galil. Plus, too, I am right-handed, and the Galil is just set up better for right-handed people. Now, if you're left-handed all the way, the CMMG is going to be better off for you, unless that you wanted to do, say, a AR-15 reload or AK-47 reload, where you rock in and go like that. So, interesting design overall, but like I said, I have to give it to the Galil on this one for what fits me the best. For modifications on this thing, it is easier to go with the CMMG because you have an AR-15 buffer, bolt carrier group, a little bit different of a bolt carrier group. We'll get in that here in a second. AR-15 grip that will fit all normal AR-15 grips. Your safety fire on here is better as well than the Galil, and the Galil comes with just a plastic actual grip on it. That being said, you can get a few different upgrades that will take away this plastic and make it to where you can put an AR-15 grip on there, but there's only a few certain ones. You can't put all of them. But overall, though, it feels good in my hands, but the modularity of the CMMG is better than the Galil. So, proven reliability. The CMMG 47, from what I've known, has not been actually tested in any military so far. They do have one that they call the Beast that has approximately 80,000 rounds, or maybe even more than that. Last time I checked, it's about around 80,000 rounds through it, and has 0 failures. And they used to take it to shows and just run it to death. I don't know if they still do or not anymore, but that in itself proved its reliability to me. The Galil Ace Gen 2 here, I've had 2 of these now. One of the 13-inch before the brace band, whenever the brace band was about to come beginning of this year. I sold it probably about 3 months before they actually come out with the official announcement of it. So I ended up selling it and getting the full 16-inch, so I didn't have to worry about any of the brace, ramifications or anything like that. And it's an interesting firearm overall, but between the two, I shot the 13-inch a lot more. I think I have about around 600 rounds through it, and I think I've only got around 100 through this one. And I had no failures through either of them. I do right now, though, with the CMMG Resolute, I do have approximately 500 rounds through it right now, if not more than that. So zero malfunctions as well with this. So it's kind of a tie for my personal, what I've personally went through with these firearms. But at the same time, the Galil, if I'm not mistaken, there has been pictures of them actually in the hands of some Ukrainians during the war in Russia. So I don't know. That's going to be a tie for me, though, because I cannot confirm nor deny that. And at the same time, I've not had any failures with either of these. Some people online have stated that they have had some pretty bad failures with these, with problems with failure light primer strikes and stuff like that. But now this one right here was built 1 month ago prior to this filming in August of 2023, and it has had no failures or malfunctions, hiccups, anything like that at all. So like I said, it's going to be an even draw in between the two. So the next big thing that we'll be going to is the actual felt recoil. The Galil here is actually a decently heavy rifle. It's not too bad, but now at the same time, it is a lot heavier of a rifle than this MK47. With just this bird cage on it, it has a substantial more amount of recoil than the MK47, and even with a large break on the end of it, it still has more recoil than the MK47. Not only that, but your handguard up here is pretty thick. It's a very thick boy, and with even with a drop grip on here, it's still hard to get a full good grip on this and hold it into your shoulder. It's just a big bulky gun that is built like a tank. So don't get me wrong, it's meant to be built like a tank, but at the same time, it's just almost too heavy. Also as well, I just wish it would have slimmed out a little bit and went all the way to the end of the barrel. They just look better to me, plus you're guarding your barrel a little bit more from hitting on obstructions or anything else. But, it's just a little bit on the heavy side for me. That being said, with the Resolute MK47, very lightweight AR, one of the more lighter weight ones I've felt whenever it comes to actually not being built for a lightweight gun. You still have a pretty medium contour barrel, which I like that about it. But just overall, you can get a full grip. I can actually touch both my thumb and my middle finger with this grip here, and I can get a good sight picture and hold it steady. So I like that about it. So overall, recoil and how well it feels in my hands, I'm going to have to give it to the MK47. So going on into the actual piston versus direct impingement. We could sit here for 3 hours and talk about the direct impingement versus piston system, and we'd still not have an actual answer to the debate. That being said, I enjoy the direct impingement better than I do the piston system, mainly because recoil, and also as well the direct impingement system, whenever the gas is traveling down the tube into the bolt carrier group, if you have any instructions or anything here, most of the time it will blow it out of the way, so it will not cause a failure. With the CMMG, or not CMMG, but with the Galil Ace Gen 2, if you impact anything in here and whenever you rack it, it goes back into the action, you're destroyed. So, like I said, we can sit here all day and talk, but I prefer the direct impingement system of the Resolute over the Galil. So it is what it is on that one. Pick your own battle on that one. But this was something that I was considering because these firearms here are two of the most well-bought 7.62 by 39 caliber firearms that are not a AK-47 currently here in the United States. And that's why I wanted to do this video, because I've had this exact same question. And to be honest with you, nobody could really give me a good answer, because half the people would say Resolute, half the people would say Galil, and then a few percentages here and there would say get the Galil because my Resolute is not running good. I don't know if anybody ever did run into any problems that are watching this with the Resolute, but now at the same time, there is a decent amount of people on Reddit that have had problems with the Resolute, and I gotta say though, mine has had zero malfunctions, zero problems at all, and I absolutely love it. But some people did run into some problems, and I've never really heard anything bad about the Galil. But guys, that being said, just before we end the video, just a few other things. The Galil can fold to the side with the stock here, making it a little bit more compact. There we go, but not really much more. Fold it right back in the spot, and there you go. You do have a 6-position buffer tube on here as well with a AR-15 pattern buffer tube, so you can put any AR-15 pattern stocks on the back of it. It is a tad bit loose though, not the best feeling on your cheek, but it does have a decent riser on it. Also as well, to clean this thing, you have to take off the dust cover here, but whenever you do close it back in, and I guess, to be honest with you, I really haven't checked it myself, so take this with a grain of salt, but they say that whenever you close the dust cover back up, that it will hold 0. I'm not sure, but there is a little indentation here that 2 round heads go into that will hold it into place whenever you are putting it back in place, but that's just what I've read online. I have not personally tested that. With your MK47, it's just like any other AR-15. You just you push out the rear takedown pin, and it folds in half. You pull out your bolt carrier group, and there you go. Everything just falls out, and it is easy to clean. To be worked on is another thing. Both parts are proprietary. Don't get me wrong. CMMG is a little bit easier to work on because you can buy every one of these parts that has built this gun on their factory website. With the Galil, once a barrel is done, the gun pretty much has to be thrown away because the barrel is welded into the receiver here and stamped in as well. So if something ever happens to your barrel, your gun is shot. You have to buy a whole new gun. Versus with this one right here, if I shoot 30,000 rounds down the barrel and the barrel ends up getting shot, all I have to do is take this handguard off, take the barrel off, put a new barrel on, put the handguard back on, and I've got a brand new rifle. So it is what it is. But overall, guys, that will be about the end of the review. To be honest with you, this has been a very hard one to pick because the loser is getting sold, and I hate to say that because I love both of these rifles. But for me and what I like the best is the CMMG Resolute for MK47. It's just overall a better platform whenever it comes to me because I have trained on the AR-15 platform most of my adult life in academy training and everything else. And the only major difference is the rock and lock into the magazine into the actual receiver. And I've shot enough of Galil's AK-47s that I'm fine with that. But just handling, lightweight, and just everything overall, the looks of it as well are beautiful. I mean, I absolutely love this thing. But guys, to me, the CMMG MK47 is the winner in between this one and the Galil. So guys, I appreciate y'all viewing as always. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But please guys, comment because that always helps the video. I love talking to you all. Let me know which one you all like more, the MK47 or did I pick wrong with the IWI Galil? I'd love to hear it in the comment section below. But guys, once again, I appreciate y'all viewing as always. Like and subscribe for more gun reviews, and I'll see y'all in the next video.